Why not?
Hello and welcome everybody to the December Canopy Demo Night, the last one of 2023. So it's our little Christmas cracker for you this year. And hopefully, unlike most Christmas crackers, we're going to have some very exciting gifts to give you in terms of some interesting and hopefully exciting demos from some amazing startups. So we got our team with us, our panelists. Perhaps our panelists could just briefly introduce themselves. Can I start with Tiana?
Thank you so much, Nick. Hello, everybody. I'm the CPO in residence here at Canopy, and in general, fractional CPO, working with early-stage startups, with often first-time founders, often non-tech founders of early-stage tech startups, and helping them on their journey from idea to launch.
Thank you very much. And our numbers lady, perhaps if you could give us a bit of introduction.
Thank you. Self-styled. So I'm the CFO in residence. I founded an accountancy and tax firm just over 10 years ago, and I also run a pension trustee business. For context, on a lot of these calls, somebody at some stage often refers to me as the numbers lady. But I'm really here because I enjoy working with business owners and seeing how businesses evolve over time and supporting them in any way that I can.
Thank you. And Pedro.
Hello, everyone. I'm Pedro Guimarães, the CEO in residence, Canopy Community. I do my best to try to support founders, regardless of the stage and regardless of the previous experience, trying to help them actually develop their ideas and hoping this way help to co-create a better world.
Thank you very much. I'm Nick Eversett. I'm the CMO in residence. I'm Stu's glamorous stand-in for today. As he's got some logistical issues, so I'm here leading the hosting anyway. So just to give everybody an idea of the format, so each demo has 5 minutes to explain their startup idea or product, and then there'll be 5 minutes afterwards for Q&A from the panelists, and also if you'd like to, from the audience, put some questions in the chat, in the comment section. We're monitoring those, and we'll prioritize your questions over our own. So right, without any further ado, I'm going to invite our first participant to the stage. That's James from MyDay. Welcome, James. Thank you very much for joining us. How are you? All good?
Awesome. Thanks, Nick. Very much appreciated. Always fantastic to get some open, honest feedback from people less biased than myself, which is very easy to be.
Awesome. If you want to load up your presentation, and then we'll get cracking.
Yep, sure. Present. Share screen. Cool. Can you see that?
I'm just going to put it. Oh, it's on stage now, so hopefully you can see it, and so can we.
Yeah, cool. Ready for me to kick off?
Yeah, you got 5 minutes.
Great. Thank you very much. Good evening for those of you listening. I've got one big ask this evening, and it's very rare that we get to put ourselves in front of critical eyes of people who don't know the offering, what we stand for or what we do, and just seeing how clear the message is through the product. We are an early stage B2B platform which lives in people experience, health and well-being, and corporate social responsibility. And we've brought together these areas of critical importance to organizations, as they tend to be low retention fringe tools, and we believe that by bringing them together we give an opportunity to help them have center stage and be better utilized tools. So I'm going to give you guys a run through, and please take notes. Please feel free to be critical as we go. On signing up, we talk to our users about how they feel, eat, move, and connect, and understanding that this isn't about stigmatizing mental health, diet, nutrition, or exercise, but an opportunity for people to connect with the core tenets of health that have an impact on how we feel on a daily basis. Wrong button. But alongside that, the critical importance, and we've seen this through the ESG movement, through the CSR responsibilities of organizations, that for our long-term well-being, we have to keep our planet happy and healthy too. And that speaks to not only millennials and Gen Zers, but also has a seat at the board table, and how businesses conduct themselves is an important part of the employee value proposition. So this is our rewards mechanism. These are our planet points, which users earn in the platform. And we've got a number of different mechanisms by which people can earn these planet points. So everything from logging in on a daily basis to joining peer-to-peer support groups, rewarding and recognizing peers, your normal well-being activity steps, and of course, we're going to add active minutes to ensure that we're equitable. You can sync to all the wearables on the market. And then this is the bit whereby we link all of our rewards to incentives and initiatives that mean something to a business. You can see some mock-ups we've done here for, say, Logitech in the US, whereby they have selected things that mean something to them and their employees in the locality. So whether it's Make-A-Wish in Ireland, Adopt an Angel in San Francisco, or Chennai Children's Shelter. But then we also offer some other options. So social impact projects, neutral ground renewables, and what's the other one we do? Social and nature-based projects. So there's a range of ways by which you can help the planet through all of your actions in the platform. Once we're into the platform, people can jump straight in and just be a part of making change without having to go through the full onboarding for a let's say for the full wellbeing plan, because not everybody wants that. But if you just jump into the platform itself, this is your everyday view. This is what things look like. So not only can we access things like benefits, advice and support, etc., we can see here what projects we support, how that looks as an organization, and the money we've raised as a business. If you have got a plan, you can change those, you can tick them off and be rewarded. But alongside all of your critical insights, which are interesting for some people, and a range of, I think we've got over 1,000 pieces of content on the platform now, which are feel, eat, connect, and move, those core tenets: watch, read, and listen. Now, whilst the digital destinations were in the first iteration of preventative health and well-being super important in moving the needle, we've now seen that we need to find ways to build communities of like-minded individuals throughout the critical areas of health through the life cycle. So if you have a look here, we have built inter-business communities around critical areas of health. So for women's health, what is it that they want and need? They need people like themselves, where they can understand that it's not just them going through that. They can be anonymous should they wish. And when you join the community, you get rewarded. But alongside that, you can also access fantastic content based on the different areas of health. So whether that's intro to an expert or menopause, fertility, whatever it might be, we've got something for them. Finally, we also then allow users to recognize and reward one another through kudos and recognition. And that then, again, allows one another to be a part of something and make sure that people are feeling like heard and listened to, and it's another opportunity for engagement. And that is the end of my 5 minutes. So I've flown through, but hopefully that gives you guys a bit of an idea of what we're up to.
James, thank you very much. Yeah, that was pretty much second perfect on your 5 minutes. So, well done, thank you. That's always good. Having a good focus on timing, I think, is super important on these occasions. So perhaps I could start with Tiana from a sort of product point of view. Do you have any sort of a particular question for James?
Sure. Thanks, Nick, and thanks for the great presentation, James. I realized it was more a product demo than a pitch, so it was a very good demo. It would be also good to understand some information like competition, traction, something else around the product. Regarding the product itself, I understood from your first comment that it's a B2B application. What does it make it B2B in particular? Wouldn't it be possible to use it as B2C, as individual user? What is the special incentive for a company to become your customer as opposed to individuals joining?
Yeah, and that's a really good
I guess
question.
the reputation, of course, in general, but something more specific. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you, and it's a really good question. The reason that we selected B2B initially as a market opportunity is that we do see opportunity in the B2C space, especially around population health management, and the opportunities for organizations, or not organizations, sorry, people to be involved in communities and build critical areas of health. As we say, if we can get lots of people with the similar challenges together, we know that accountability becomes, say, far easier to drive. Reducing cost of intervention becomes far greater to drive. But we went B2B because in terms of initial market traction, I thought as an individual and as a cost base, it's an easier place to start generating revenue. But longer term, we've got some plans around using big businesses and their CSR budgets to try and implement a similar model with localized community incentives as a reward to drive population health management changes. But that's why I've went B2B initially, because we know that they need to provide it. We know it's part of benefits. We know preventative health has been a really strong, is a strong message, but we haven't done a really good job of delivering on it yet. And I feel as though the opportunity to drive clinically moderated peer support groups and give people access to content that they might not be able to find elsewhere, use role models, is a strong point. So that's my thinking, and I'm very happy to be challenged on that.
So the direct incentive would be that they are kind of obliged to have one of those policies. Businesses are obliged to have similar policies in their work, but how do they incentivize the employees to be active? Is there some kind of gamification, reward system? How does it work on that side?
Yeah, definitely. That's the Planet Points. So the Planet Points, they're fiscal tokens which hold a monetary value that get distributed to your project of choice. So i.e. when you select a project during your onboarding, and we're actually following feedback and say speaking to you highlights that it's not a clear enough message yet, and that we need to make sure that users understand that in a more user-friendly manner and be able to make people understand you do something good for you, and then the project that you support will be rewarded as well.
Great, yeah, thanks for that.
Cool. Looking
really
forward to seeing the next step.
Very much so, yeah. Rachel, with your sort of finance side, have you got any question to ask James?
I was going to come in initially as an employer, if that's okay.
Yes.
So at the moment, we do some things for staff. So we have things like a mental health helpline, access to some medical cover, and then also individual staff obviously have apps like Strava and step counters and, myriad smartwatches. So if you're already an employer who is paying for some of these things, would you be able to link in what's already there, or would it actually need to change what was being provided?
It's another fantastic question. Thank you, Rachel. So another strong Southwest, from the Southwest this evening, all of us in Devon. Yep. The answer is the best way I see to create an opportunity in this space is go to the top of the distribution chain. So we're having conversations with the insurance providers about supporting their packages through our platform, so that the insurance providers' platforms get innovation and ingenuity and more attractive, up-to-date platforms that they can then provide their clients with. And it also means that in terms of distribution, it gives us huge market opportunities. The challenge will be if we can't nail a couple of those, and I also see America as a better market than the UK just because of the way the insurance model works over there. But it's like, in short, I think we have to be further up the chain than going straight to I don't think it works really well as a one-to-one model, because otherwise our cost of acquisition costs will be huge. Whereas if we can go to brokers, benefits providers and insurers, then I do see the opportunity as one-to-many and being able to create a bit of a flywheel there. It's certainly putting other tools into ours. Partnerships are going to be massive for us.
Yeah, and so sorry, my follow-up question to that. So how do you charge and who do you charge?
Yeah, as it stands currently, sitting here today, we would charge the employer on a per seat basis, and we are not far enough into our journey to know exactly what our cost per user will be, because it's going to depend on a number of things, like can we get the activation rates we want, how much of the, or say what of those activation rates are live and scaling, and how many of them are then using part of the license fee to pay for the altruistic good that we are going to do in terms of supporting the charities. So it's TBC, but that's where we see, and we are working with organizations to help model that.
Yeah, you've got some quite complex modeling there, I think.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like an amazing project, very exciting. I really like the idea of using very different incentives than many of the other players in the market are actually doing. So I wish you every success there, James. Thank you very much for your demo.
Thank you very much for having me.
No, you're welcome. So our next person, sorry, Pedro, I would have asked you a question, but we're kind of time is time. So I'd like to welcome.
And Nick is Nick.
Nick is
the timekeeper.
Oh yeah, I'm tough on time, tough on time. So I'd like to, if any further ado, I'll invite Pranav to the stage. So welcome, Pranav, founder of Fify. Is that how it's pronounced? Great, thank you. I think you've got your. So welcome, Pranav, and I give you the stage. Can't hear you. You must be on mute.
Yes, he's on mute.
You're on mute. Can you?
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear you now?
Am I audible now?
Yes. We'll start from now.
No, I'm not on mute anymore. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Now?
You can go ahead now.
Hello?
Hello. Yes, you're good to go.
We can hear you. Just
You can hear me, right?
you may start. Yes, we can.
All right, okay. So frontline work is challenging with several moving pieces, but according to Microsoft, only 12% of the organizations have actually given any technology to the frontline workers to do their jobs. Lack of suitable tech leads to disconnected workers, rework, mistakes, skill gaps, governance and oversight challenges for the managers, leading to high stress and disengagement as workers are not able to do their jobs efficiently. This leads to poor customer experience and high attrition. Let me explain with the help of an example. This is an example of a customer repair company. Once a customer incident is reported, there's a need to match the timing, location, skill levels, spare parts inventory, and tools with the customer slot. Most businesses across the world still do this manually. Based on our experience, we can say that use of simple tech like location intelligence, data analytics, task and skill matching can produce stunning results. Companies that invest in digital solutions like ours can expect 22% jump in productivity, up to 60% higher NPS scores, and reduce attrition. We have put together a solution that helps workers get the job done, provides visibility to the managers, and incentivizes the workers with a benefits platform. Our platform enables such use cases using location intelligence, rule-based automation, last-mile integration, including to private tech like WhatsApp, and a benefits platform. In short, workers get schedule flexibility, ability to communicate with the backend, and receive their money or their wages early, while customers are able to get their issues sorted faster. All of this can be monitored through a centralized dashboard or a portal from the headquarters or wherever the manager is based. Currently, businesses are serving their needs by using a number of solutions for communication, workflow management, benefits, and expenses. Most large businesses have their own apps for standard workflows, but depend on external collaboration tools, benefits, and expense management platforms. Small and medium-sized businesses have very low digital penetration across the value chain. Our solution works because it follows the worker-centric basics like ensuring schedule flexibility, using our algos, eliminating the most boring tasks first, sending notification into their personal apps, and instant earning, while ensuring that the workflow requires minimum inputs from the frontline employee. This market is expected to grow very fast, almost 10x over the next 5 years to about $100 billion, $200 billion. Our product roadmap over the next 12 months involves adding more features for digital workflows and collaboration, penetrating more functions, and adding more benefits. We already have about 20 organizations working with us, with about 5,000 employees who have done work in Workday's term. They have already worked about 6,000 work hours using our app and our backend solution. Our customer acquisition approach actually is led by a benefits platform, or it could be a full solution, depending on the size of the organization as well as the industry. We make money on every benefits platform, on every benefits transaction, and on this side we charge generally the employee. For the full solution, it's a subscription product where we charge per employee per month to the organization. And those were our client organizations that we already work with. We are actually looking to raise funds to fund our customer acquisition and product development effort in 2024, and we plan to reach break-even by mid of next year. We are raising about $670,000 US, with about 300K each for product and growth, with some amount for the legal thing. So our team is very well balanced. We have people who have led very large teams working in big MNCs in leadership positions in South Asia, as well as in startups and other industries. Thank you.
Wow, perfect. Perfect timing there, Pranav. Very well done. That's really good. Yeah, thank you for that. Perhaps if I could ask a quick question just before we get into it. Could you just give me a use case for how your product would, because that would really help me to understand a little bit better how it works?
So I'll give you two use cases of the organizations that we already work with. So one organization is a kitchen equipment distributor in India. They get kitchen equipments from all across the world, and they supply to institutional players in India, institutional players like McDonald's, Domino's, Indian Army, and so on and so forth. So they, for this particular service, they need to have a large number of repair staff across India. So if a customer calls, each of their service employee has our app, and the person sitting at the back end uses our admin portal to log each call, assign tasks to the people. Through our app, they are able to complete their maintenance or repair job. We record it, share it with the back end, all through the app. It is all stored, monitored, and as soon as the job is finished, that day's worth of money is actually delivered to the service person through our app. He can also claim expense approvals and so forth from our app. That is one example. Second example is of a fintech company that works with us. They have distributed staff who visit various merchant locations across India, and they are given a beat plan. They follow that beat plan using our app. They record their visits, they mark their attendance, they seek approvals, receive documents, upload documents, everything through our app, and everything basically goes back to the headquarters. And again, the same type of benefits that I mentioned earlier, things like earned wage access, insurance, and so on and so forth, are provided by our platform to these workers. The reason why our platform is liked by these workers is because some of these services are generally not available to these people otherwise, right? And since we get access to their attendance on a daily basis, which otherwise is not it's not a very organized activity, we are able to give them things that otherwise are not available, even from the employer side, right? So the workers love our app. As far as the employer is concerned, he gets complete visibility into what the person is doing outside office. The manager can intervene whenever he needs to. He can see where the person is, what he is doing. They can collect customer feedback immediately, and they can get approvals or give approvals for activities as soon as they are sought.
That's super helpful. Thank you. That's really put some really good context for me around how it works and how you interact with your kind of customers and the users of it. So thank you. Pedro, have you got a question for Pranav?
Yes, I do. Hi, Pranav. So if I well understood your explanation and the use cases, you offer a backend and an API for less IT developed companies where one can in a customized way, define processes, create workflows, and through that API create any sort of via your app or anyone's website, whatever, like a front end where the user of the application will actually receive information, upload information, and then on your backend, you're going to turn it into reports, money flowing, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Is that it, correct?
That's right. Along with the benefits platform for the workers. Along with there's one thing that you missed, which was the benefits platform for these workers. So benefits, employee benefit platforms.
Okay. And what is your business model?
So
how do you make money with this?
Yeah, we charge a subscription fee per month per worker. So there's a fee that we charge for each worker that the employer has. Can you hear me?
Yes, indeed.
So there's a fee per month per employee, and on the benefit side, we charge a fixed transaction fee for every time money is accessed using a platform. So if someone takes earned wage access, we charge 2% for that. If there's an insurance transaction, there's a fixed fee for that. Yeah.
Okay. And so your competitor, I think your number one competitor will be the internal company, the customer itself, because he has the ability to do this. And you are betting that your solution is ready, cheaper, at the benefits part, which by the way can be found elsewhere. And you can do this in scale, and therefore it's useless for me to develop my own system. It's better for me to just buy yours or subscribe yours. Is that it?
Yes. So you rightly pointed out. So there are two types of customers that we encounter. One customer would already have some sort of tech available with them. So then the question is more about, should I continue to use my app, or should I take their app and because these guys are specializing in this particular service, or they could also choose to take certain services from us through APIs, right? So they can continue to have their own apps, but they can get some of these capabilities into their app through our APIs. That option is also available. But I think there's a much bigger market where people don't have a digital footprint at all, right? So, but it is generally in SME segment. For the large enterprises, yes, people have attempted at least to make their own apps.
Okay, so in short, your biggest challenge is speed, because the amount of SMEs is huge worldwide, and so you need money to speed up the process so you can become the gorilla in that jungle. Is that it?
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, okay. Just to finish, my question is: other than money, what else would you require? Would you need? Would you love to have to speed up
I
that
think
process?
as far as the sales and marketing strategy is concerned, to reach out to these SMEs, right? I think we are still figuring that out through experimentation. Secondly, we obviously want to see if right now we are just doing Indian market, but I think this product has appeal right across developing markets. Even in developed markets, there are no. I mean, that market is still developing, right? So we need to think through how we can approach or prioritize, or whether we should be doing it at all, right? So all those questions we are still considering. Yeah.
Thank you.
Perhaps if I could ask Tiana, do you have any observations or thoughts, Tiana? Or questions?
Just a very little suggestion regarding the presentation. If you can spend 10 seconds and one intro slide at the very beginning, where we're going to see the name of your company and the tagline and you saying what it does, because you have tons of amazing data, traction, everything. But since you dive immediately into this, we don't have time to understand what actually the product does. So just like 10 seconds and one slide where you mention the name of your company, because it looks like that one was missing, and then go ahead. Congratulations on everything else.
Thank you.
Rachel, any thoughts from you or questions?
On mute.
Not able to hear you.
Sorry, I'll start again. If you're looking at companies which don't have this sort of capability, do they have a budget to bring in something like that, or would that be a challenge you have to overcome?
See, if you look at the amount that they pay per worker and the cost of this particular solution, it's not even 1%, right? And it helps them improve the productivity of that worker manifold, right? At least by 30-40%. So I don't think the cost is an issue really, because we price it decently. I mean, it costs about in Indian market it costs about $5 a month, right, per worker. So even though the wages in India are low, but still it's not more than 1% of the monthly pay, right? So we've not got a pushback around the pricing as yet. I don't think that is a challenge. I think the bigger challenge is, at least in the Indian market, is a lot of people are not confident whether their employees are digitally savvy enough to start using this. That becomes a bit of a pushback. And secondly, I think it's more about customization. So people sometimes say that we have been doing things a certain way, so how can we keep it as close to what my team is used to doing, rather than make them move to a different ecosystem. And that's where our benefits platform comes in, right? Because it provides a powerful incentive for people to want to change, because they know that some of these incentives are only available if you are on this platform. And that's why this story where both the benefits platform and the workforce management talking to each other becomes critical.
Yeah. So is there a future where you might do more complex bespoke versions of this, or are you looking mainly to have something that's very replicable to get round to as many organizations as possible?
No, we will do by industry. I mean, we will develop industry solutions, because some of the workflows, while we think that the organization will be able to customize based on whatever logics that we have built on their own, but we'll have to build products by industry. Right now, we are only focused on 2 large industries and build products for that. But as we expand, we will build industry focus and build industry-wide product verticals.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pranav, thank you so much. Very interesting presentation, and it sounds like it's a really exciting product. So every good wish for success in the future, and we look forward to hearing more about you as time goes on. So thanks again. And I'd just like to invite our next demo to it will be Janine and David.
Okay.
You're from Lingo Ammo, so welcome to you both. Do you want to get yourself sort of set up, and then we'll get going?
Okay, David, I've already
hello.
Just for you guys to know. Yeah, just for you guys to know, I've deleted the presentations that I've uploaded, and I tried to upload another one, but it only restricts you to 2. So, David, if you could just in the setting and present, just add the presentation on your end.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's asking me for a paid version in order to upload a 3rd time. So.
Can you see the presentation?
Still loading. Yep. There we go.
Okay, I'm not uploading. I'm only showing the screen. Can you see it?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you put it into,
Okay.
can you put it into presentation mode, because we can see all the
Presentation
slides.
view.
Okay. So yeah, we will do it free flow because it was my traveling day. So I'm arrived at Hamburg Airport, and yeah, so we're gonna do some 4 slides. Then we will have a short demo of our new version of our platform, and then we will have some 5 more. And yeah, let's do it in 5 minutes. So here we go. This is a presentation that we're gonna pitch for B2B clients, so it's not our startup pitch. Yeah, what we're gonna do is to bring the best of 3 worlds together in language training. So online learning with a real certified teacher, then add this with AI-powered learning tools and personalized learning content. And the third world is to bring together language learning and outdoor team building experiences. So what we see as problem or opportunity, focusing on people who are relocating from different countries to another, is yeah, that they have difficulties not only to learn the language and to learn the new cultural changes, but as well accessibility, and that going through that yeah, creates stress and as well sometimes social isolation when you arrive in a new country. So to solve this, you need to learn the language, and that we do it immersive language training. So perhaps Janine could guide us to our solution.
The solution is a synchronous online learning platform. So we've developed an online learning, language learning platform with high quality AI powered content, interactive features, and standardized learning assessments. We've integrated, we've leveraged emerging technologies such as AI, as I've just mentioned, for adaptive learning to actually personalize the language learning experience and provide instant feedback, as well as a tailored course for each learner's individual needs. Okay. Another solution is the public-private partnerships that we are fostering collaborations with governments, NGOs, private enterprises, and educational institutions to create affordable and accessible language learning programs for them. Linguamo's additional world is community language learning, where we establish community-based language learning that offer both free and affordable private tutoring through our social impact program, creating a blended learning approach as well. So
Okay, I will show you in a second one of the versions of our actual platform. So you can't see a lot here because it's not populated by data, but this will be like the dashboard when the students can see his upcoming and previous classes. Here it's possible to book new classes. So we have here several filters, hours, days of the week, and here the calendar. It's also possible to do a level test here. So it's a multiple choice test for now. And here you can see the membership plans. So selecting by everyday and business learning, one-on-one or group. And we start with English, German, Spanish, French, and Portuguese from Brazil, and European Portuguese. So getting back to our presentation. Yeah, so this is the implementation plan. We are here, so in deployment and testing. So our platform is 97% ready. In January, we're going to beta testing and do the deployment. So first the deployment, then the beta testing. And yeah, product launch will be in February. We are now looking for our early adopter customers and as well for marketing cooperations with these adopter customers. And yeah, so these are the next steps that we're going to do in the upcoming weeks and months. So this is about the costs of our platform. Yeah, perhaps Janine can as guide us through this. Here we have,
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, our business model is actually quite straightforward. It's a monthly subscription-based courses, and obviously with additional options to come. Companies or businesses pay, students pay for the subscriptions, and teachers are paid a month thereafter. So the revenue is quite free flow. We have course options, which are closed groups, language training, starting at 510 euros per month. Well, I won't go through the pricing, but one-to-one language learning training. We also have VIP one-to-one language learning training, intensive specialized group language learning courses, closed certification group courses, and then we also have the intensive course options for face-to-face.
Janine, I think we need to wrap up. If you've got maybe a final sentence to just
That's
wrap
it.
up the
I think we can, yeah, we'll leave it at intensive course.
okay.
Face-to-face, yeah.
Great. I'll just
So
remove that.
last thing, so we are a social impact scholarship program, and we will help the people who doesn't have the means financially to learn a language with our social scholarship program. And perhaps another day we explain this better. That's me.
Great.
And Janine and Ronnie. Thank you.
Thank you very much, David and Janine. Yeah, very exciting product. I've seen your other startup side of Lingo Ammo, so it's interesting to see you looking at the B2B side as well. Just a quick thing for Janu's good. He's with us. He wasn't connected for a minute. I just wanted to make sure he was connected up, so that's really good. Perhaps if I could ask Rachel to start it off with any questions or observations.
So yeah, I mean, I think that looks really good. I was a little excited because I was hoping you were getting to Italian on the list because I really need to learn Italian, and I'm trying to find a good solution. Please, thank you. And with that in mind, what is your anticipated average spend per customer?
Sorry, I didn't get it.
What do you anticipate your average spend per customer, by which I mean student, I think, rather than business, because I'm assuming for businesses it'll be per student.
So what is the normal fee per student? Yeah,
so if you're saying it's $5.10 a month, how long would you expect them in your modeling? How long would you expect them to be on the program?
If you're talking about B2C, it starts around 70 euros for 6 hours of language training, so group training. And the prices that we shown to you are from B2B and business language training. So it's a little more pricier, but still a good price for the market.
Yeah. So sorry, I'm just trying to get my head around what the kind of spend per capita is. So if you have a student embark on a through a business on a program that's 510 euros a month, how long would you expect them to stay with you? Is it 12 months? Is it 24 months? Is it 6 months?
No, the 510 is for a closed B2B group. That means that it could be 4 people or up to 8.
Oh, so that's, yeah, okay. So that's not the cost of one person being in a group. That's the cost for the whole group.
Yes.
Thank you. So in that group, how long would that group last?
Well, it depends on the level of the group. It's quite flexible. Our courses are quite flexible depending on the levels of the company. So if somebody needs an intensive, immersive, specialized course for 8 weeks, then yeah, that's what they'll sign up for.
Okay, thank you. That's helpful.
You're welcome.
Pedro, do you have a question for the Lingoama team?
You're on mute.
I always have questions. I'm full of doubts. Hi, Dave. Hi, Janine.
Hey, Pedro.
My question to you is, what is your number one target group right now at the stage where you are today? How are you going to start testing
in
if
B2B,
you really exist as a solution for a really existing problem?
in B2B, companies that regularly have impats and expats, so international working companies, or
NGOs
companies
as
that
well.
hire or that hire from abroad.
At risk of
And,
derailing you, Pedro, sorry, I was just going to say, is this the time I announce that my main clients are companies who send people around the world?
Fantastic.
We should have a conversation.
Absolutely.
We had good experiences in the past. So Volkswagen was one of our biggest clients, and Decathlon, Thomson Reuters, and several others. So
okay, and what is, I don't need to know exact figure, but what is the impact of adding another language in your cost structure?
that's a good question. I think it's could be around 1,000 to 2,000 euros.
Okay, because and so just
So it's only
when
when the first version is deployed, it affects only, I think, 5 or 6 points of the platform. Perhaps it's cheaper, but perhaps it's only 1,000 euros to add another language. So it's only, so we have the teachers. It's only the point of the add another functional or another language in the system.
Okay, David.
Okay, I'll have to call time. Sorry, I'm going to have to call time, I'm afraid. We've run out of time. It goes so fast. David, Janine, thank you so much. Wish you every success with that. It's all very exciting.
Thanks for your time.
No, you're welcome. You're very welcome.
Thanks for your time, guys. Thank you.
And I'm going to call to the stage Joao.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon.
Yes. Good to see you. I don't know if you've got a presentation you want to quickly upload and get ready to go.
Yes, I have. Let me just open it. Sorry for this. Okay, ready to go. Let me share my screen. Okay. Please let me know if you are
Yeah, I'm just waiting for it
screen at this moment.
Here we go. Boom.
Okay, let me start.
You're good to go.
Okay. First of all, thank you very much for this opportunity. And I would like to start by asking you, at the end of this presentation, for shooting us with your feedback, with your insights about what you believe is our best market fit and business model. This is our goal for this demo night. We want to get your feedback and insights about these two main topics so that we can develop more our project, having in mind that we are in a really, really early stage. And today I came here to present you Save Earth. Save Earth exists because we believe that every drop matters, okay? And why do we believe that? Because we're trying to solve one of the biggest society problems, which is water scarcity, okay? Today, many of you may know, but 2 billion people face water scarcity. And if we keep doing the same things that we are doing today, these numbers will rise to 5 billion by 2050, okay? And one of the main contributors for this crisis, surprisingly, as it may seem, is our showers. Just for you to have a clear notion, On average, an individual spends 80 liters of water per shower when the recommended range is 35 liters per shower. Just for you to have an idea, if one individual lives until he's 70, and if he takes a bath every day, of course, this only individual is going to consume the same amount of water as at the Thames River, the London River. Just one individual. It's crazy. The solution, safe to earn. Safe to earn, it's a groundbreaking concept that goes behind awareness, offering tangible rewards for eco-friendly actions. We could have designed just a technology that helped people to do the right thing, to save water, but we are going one step further. We are not only going to be getting people to save water, but we are going to rewarding them for doing so. How we are going to do that? First, we want to make people aware with our innovative Web3 powered devices that features real-time monitoring, behavior alerts, data logging, and it's really easy to install. Then the second part, we want to empower people to act with our Save Earth app. Features token rewards management, our eco marketplace where people can exchange these tokens with discounts, promotions, experience, or even to donate to ONGs. They can track the impact of their water consumption. And it features also one of our main ideas, our Garden Ripple program that I will explain a little bit further. 4 simple steps, okay? First, you stick the device under your shower and you sync it with your phone. Now you take, of course, your shower, and the device will show you the water consumption that the amount of water that you're consuming during the shower. And now that you have this information in front of you, you can decide to have an eco shower below the 35 liters. If you do so, well, the device is going to send this event to the network, and the network is going to deposit tokens on your account inside our app. Okay, so you'll get these token rewards inside your account, inside our app. Then, last but not least, final step, you can enjoy your rewards. For example, you can exchange those rewards or those tokens with experience in eco hotels, with discounts on eco products, or you can join our Garden Ripple program, which is a social initiative where individuals save water, and each saved liter translates into essential aid like food or clothes for those in need, creating a positive impact from conservation efforts. And if for the users, it's pretty clear the impact, right? Financial incentives, reduction of their water bills, and of course, environmental and social participation. For the environment, the impact is even bigger. With only 1,000 devices, we will save 1,600,000,000 liters of water per year. For you to have an idea, this is the same amount of water that a 1 million people city consumes for 11 days, okay? Our targets initially, we have thought in, of course, B2C, where our personas will be eco-conscious consumers, homeowners, and tech enthusiasts. And then, of course, one of the most important ones as well, the B2B side, where we can work with hotel and resorts, property management companies, gyms and fitness centers, and also government agencies such as CTOs, for example. How do we earn? Multiple revenue streams. Device sales for the B2C customers, our enterprise solution for the B2B customers, then the transaction fees, the data monetization, premium subscriptions, and one of the most important ones, the affiliate marketing with our partners inside our eco marketplace. This is the perfect moment for us. The technology is ready. People and government's mindset is ready to support this type of products, and it has never been so urgent to solve the water scarcity issue worldwide. So join the water revolution, save water, earn rewards, because every drop matters. Scan the QR code and join our waitlist on our site. Thank you very much.
Joao, thank you very much indeed. That was really excellent. I've seen it before, and it always excites me every time. So well done. I wonder if we could start with Tiana. Now, Joao is sort of fairly pre-product at the moment, aren't you? So perhaps Tiana, have you got any questions or observations about these first steps?
Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Joao, for a great presentation. Really good presentation. So basically, we're talking about 2 software products. One is the app that is talking to the device, and then there is the marketplace. You want to develop both, or maybe you want to connect to one of the existing marketplaces?
Yes, what we are creating here, it's a concept, safe to earn concept. In order for this to exist, we need the device that is going to track the echo showers events, and then it's going to sending the events to the network, and the network is going to deposit the tokens on the user's account. Having those tokens on the user's accounts, they can choose to exchange the tokens with the discounts, with the experience, etc., or to join our Guardian Ripple program, where they will provide supplies such as water, food, to communities that are in need for each liter that they save.
Yeah, so thank you. I was just thinking if maybe as a first step, you could develop the app that talks to the device. So there's a calculation of the tokens, and then you connect to one of the existing marketplaces instead of developing your own, because it's not only about the software, it's the whole business development. The marketplace, if it's not well populated, it's not going to be that interesting, right? So maybe if it's possible, try, that would be a suggestion, try to connect to one of the existing marketplaces for conscious consumption is similar, and then later on build yours. Why not? Because I feel it would take a lot of time, not to build so much, but to populate the marketplace to an extent that becomes interesting and enough for people to know that they have a bunch of options over there. So that would be a suggestion. Thank you, and good luck. It seems super important.
Thank you so much for that insight. And just to be clear, your suggestion is instead of creating our own eco marketplace, to associate with one that already exists, so that we can save efforts and resources over here, right?
Exactly, as a first step, so that you focus on the app, connect it to the device, and then later on, why not, your own marketplace.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tiana. Rachel, any questions or thoughts from you?
I guess obviously it's quite early stage at the moment. It feels quite open in terms of what the potential customer base is. How are you going to sort of narrow down the best order to approach the market in different territories? I'm assuming this is global.
The goal is to reach mass adoption, of course. That means to become global. However, we need to prioritize what are the most easy markets on our understanding to start with, right? Those will be, in my opinion, tier 1 countries that have high indices of eco consciousness. Saying that, of course, the different targets, B2B and B2C, demands different narratives. On one side, for the B2C, I think that the narrative should be around the eco impact that they will deliver to the environment. While for the business, of course, it's more a financial thing in which we are promising them that we will decrease at least 50% of their monthly water consumption.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, so I'm struggling with questions. My brain's going off in all sorts of different directions in terms of how to use it. One of the things that keeps coming up in conversation here is around companies needing to start doing environmental reporting, on their carbon usage, their impact in the wider world. And it strikes me that sort of tapping into that narrative would probably be quite productive for you. But yeah, it looks like an amazing product. I just think, as you say, I think you could easily get quite a lot of the world interested.
Thank you so much.
I say, hopefully we'll be seeing you doing a big presentation at COP29.
Yeah.
Let's wait for it. I'll love to have that opportunity. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Sure. Thank you very much. I'm afraid I'm going to have to call time on your presentation. So very best of luck, and as Rachel said, look forward to seeing you again in the near and later future. Thanks again. And last but not least, we could call Janu to the stage. Hopefully Janu can hear us and he's good to go. Oh, it's gone. Not sure what happened there. I'm hoping he's going to jump back into the stage very quickly.
He's returning. He's returning. I know he's returning. he's in a complex situation with a laptop plus a cell phone. So
okay, that does sound complicated.
yes, and I love the cup touch from Rachel.
Yeah. Here we are.
The opportunity to visit Azerbaijan.
Right.
There he comes.
Janu.
Oh, can you guys see me?
Yeah, we can see you. Have you got a presentation to show?
I do. The problem is my desktop doesn't have a camera, so I need to be connected in two sides.
Stereo.
Is that possible?
If you have to set up the other one. If you load up from the other one, it should appear as another screen.
Okay, I'll do that now. I tried doing it, but it kicked me out. Sorry about that. It's connecting now. Okay.
It's not.
I think I connected now.
It's not letting me add it to the stage, Janu.
I think
You know
I'm
what,
connected
Janu?
now.
I
can
think.
see.
I think. Well,
Can you-
unfortunately, what it's asking is for you to be set up, and it's asking for a mic and camera, which is obviously not working. So it's not letting me.
You know what, Janu? I think you don't need this.
There we go. We're all good.
Is it working now?
Yeah, it's now. We hope. Yeah, we've got your presentation on screen.
Can you guys see
It's
me?
not on presenter mode.
We can see
Yes.
you, and if you just put it in presentation mode, then we'll. Okay, Janu, you're good to go. You've got 5 minutes.
Awesome. So, guys, I'm Janu. Nice to see you guys. I'm presenting fitness. Is going to be the future of fitness. My big ask is I'm looking for a CTO investment to expand and develop on X Space. So why the future of fitness? We're going to be the next big social network that will do basically everything to do the fitness world, from sign-ups and gyms and selling products. As we know, selling a social network is a long road to go. So what we're doing right now, our MVP is basically focused on setting partnerships with gyms, monetizing, and raising the funds through our MVP to build our next step. So what we're doing for the gyms, so we saw the gyms have big expenses with marketing, inbound and outbound marketing, and also with entertainment. So all gyms basically have TVs in which they have to put content basically for entertaining the users, which they don't have control of the content and mainly the adverts. So we saw that we could help the gyms reduce the expenses with the marketing and enhance customer experience. But how exactly? So that's our MVP, and they'll present together with our business model. So what do we actually deliver? So we deliver a TV channel focused on gyms. So it's fitness content, and on the adverts, instead of being just any general advert about any product, is the products and services that the gym sells. Basically, if the gym sells a class, or if they sell bottles, or if they sell towels, we put that on the screen for them, their own screens. So we charge nothing to the gyms for that. Basically, and the reason we're having loads of good feedback. And how do we actually monetize? In between the gym ads and the content, we also sell ads through programmatic technology. So basically, any brand that wants to advertise inside those gyms, they can do that. Cost to launch a put zero is not really zero. We have the cost of our TV box to help us to connect to the screens, but basically that's it. Super simple. So opportunities, there's a huge demand for advertising inside gyms, premium brands involved like Nine, Adidas, massive market, low service players. Most gyms don't have that service, mainly less than 10% does. As a global community can find a gym basically in any country, anywhere with the same demand. Market, like I said, by country, starting in Portugal with 1,100 gyms, 80% of the market independent small gyms, so easy access, easy to close. Put that Brazil, there's the next step to go. UK is a huge demand for advertising. After that, we have access as well. And Australia, there's our countries that our team have access, so be able to access this market as soon as we have more funds. competition in those countries. Portugal had Dream Media. They really not focused on gyms, which leaves us with 90-95% of the markets to achieve. In the UK, there's more competitions because the advertising in the UK is a huge market. So there's Zoom Media. They do a great job. But I would believe we'll be able to tackle them into the next step. Brazil is a blue ocean. Is really open to us. Australia does also have fierce competition. We believe in the next phase we'll be able to beat them. And what do we bring to the table? All those companies, they are working several areas. They're not focused to one specific target. Because we focus on fitness, we can do more to the gyms and be more attractive to them, be able to close exclusivity on the advertising, and then basically be able to beat all this competition in the fitness area. So where do we get with the MVP that we have right now? So we close the partnerships with the gyms, which will be the ones that we'll be delivering our next phase. We'll be able to monetize already, and we're closing partnerships with brands that they also buy access to all screens, but they also give us extra if we want to promote a competition or a game in the gym. Right now, with no software, they bring the extras like bottles, little presents to the little gifts, little products to the users. So we're live in 9 gyms. We have 38 LOIs. Our expectation is to monetize around €120 per month per screen between March and April. Right now, we monetize a little bit less, and we have more validation with that. Cost to launch is up to zero. Is not zero. There's a cost for every screen for this, but the screen is the gym screen. The internet is the internet for the gym. The power is also is provided by the gym. We have 9 gyms right now with 28 screens, and we hope to get by December next year with 200 gyms and 400 screens. Maintenance costs zero basically, unless one of those breaks, but we have warranty of 2 years on them. So what we bring into the table, more communication, helping the gyms deliver the message they want to the customers. So is making that possible for them to upsell. We also get a digital out-of-home inventory, so all the brands with all those screens they can actually advertise, and that's how we monetize. And with the next step, we hope to build a huge community with that. So that's our screens, and here is basically a prototype, not our prototype, is our product up and running. So that's the content focused on fitness. So that's sports and the competition. That's our brand that advertise with us currently. They have a very nice activation design.
Jenny, I'm afraid we've come to the end of your presentation time, so I just want to make sure there's time available to ask a few questions. That's so. I'll just take that away so you can be part of the conversation. Perhaps Pedro, I could introduce you first as for question, comments, etc.
Congrats, Janu. I like the idea. I think you did a very good pitch, especially under the circumstances that you are currently. My question is, where do you get the ads from? How are you sourcing the ads, since they're, in the end, it's how we're going to monetize this, because you're not paying a rent for the service, just going to explore the existing network that you are trying to build your own like virtual network. So where do you get the adverts from?
Am I able to put the slide so I can show with more?
Just tell me, are you doing partnerships? Are you going to have a sales force looking for for advertisers, companies wanting to advertise? How do you get that?
Yeah. So we do that via programmatic ads. It's included on the slides. I don't know if I can show you back, but if not, basically we connect to global advertising partners. We have a partnership already with Hivestack, VO, and Broadsign, and Framen. So Framen currently is delivering the software for us, and they also bring the ads. Whenever Framen bring ads to us, we split in the 50-50 revenue. Whenever the other players bring, they have specific fees, but it ranges between 9 and 13% what they take from our revenue from every time we sell an ad. But we bring that towards programmatic ads, and the programmatic players connect us to the agencies. Basically, we send them pictures and photos of our screens, and they send the demand really back. It's a really straightforward process. And then in Portugal is a huge demand, so I think we're in the right track.
Thank you.
Rachel, have you got any thoughts? after hearing the presentation?
Muted.
Sorry, it's been a long day. Yeah, it's interesting coming from the UK because, as you say, it's a reasonably well developed offering over here. In terms of different territories you might go into, have you done any testing in terms of attitudes to whether people want this in the gyms?
Oh yeah, in Portugal has been. You mean people, gym users or gym owners?
Gym users.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, we had a great feedback from gym users. The mainly in Portugal and Brazil, of course, the countries that we actually starting up. But because they always complain that some news they don't want to watch or programs that are not related to what they're doing. And on our content is totally focused on motivation, nutrition, training, and sports. So whenever they go to the gym and they see our screens, they get information on how making the process actually better. So it's been a great feedback from the gym users as well, apart from the gym owners.
Yeah, because I can clearly see why the gym owners would want it, but obviously it's only going to work if it maintains or increases their customer base as well.
Definitely, yeah. We have a second and third step focused for the gym users, but because we don't have the funds to get there yet, will be our second and third step.
Yeah. Sorry, just a follow-up question. Is there an evolution of this product where the content actually comes up on the screen if you're using a treadmill or a cross trainer or something like that?
We don't have plans for. We don't have plans for that yet. Our evolution will be more into an app. So our next step will be a spinning game. Whenever someone goes to the gym, they'll be able to spin and then compete between the gym users, and that's our next step. That will be our next step towards the social network. In order to connect with the treadmill or with the spinning bike, maybe in the future we'd study that. But for now, we'll be basically focused on the screens, and maybe on the second step we think of that.
Thank you.
Do you mind if I chip in just a sentence, Tiana? You can get Janu, you can get that information from existing applications that already do that, and you can partner with them, and so you can bring that data from the treadmills or the spiking machines or whatever to your system without having to develop it. Just a tip. Thank you, Tiana.
Yeah, Tiana, you have the honor of the last question of the year for DemoNight.
Oh, wow.
No
Congrats, Janine. It's a great idea. I have a short question, actually. I was wondering so far, have you had more challenge getting the gyms on board or getting the brands to advertise? How does it compare?
No, the gyms, I thought it would be hard to get them, but right now I can tell you, so how many, we've got 38 locations LOI. The reason we're not with them at this moment is because we don't have enough funds to buy all these. So we basically bootstrapping all the way through. But the gyms, we have loads of gyms. I think by March, April, will be within almost 50 locations. So we have to have loads of screens. The brands, they actually come and it's a very easy process. It's not easy, but it's a simple process. So we have connections with programmatic suppliers, and they have connection with agencies that basically they represent the brands. So those brands come through agencies that we're ready in partnerships right now. They're just waiting for us to be ready. We as we're gonna be up and live on the programmatic in January. Right now, we're just up and running through our partner from it. They actually are. They provide us. They're supposed to programmatic cards for December, but because we still signing contracts with the other side directly with the programmatic providers, would be basically available for them from January. So the brands come in a natural way through the programmatic. The gyms seems to love the product because they basically can upsell or can advertise what they do. So it seems to be a very natural process.
Janu, thank you very much indeed for your presentation. Very best of luck with that. Very exciting. All that remains for me to say is just first of all to thank all our demo participants for tonight. thank you very much. They were all really exciting demos, and I look forward to seeing their success in the future. And I'd like to thank Tiana, Pedro, and Rachel for joining me tonight as part of the Canopy panel. We are Canopy community. The ticker tape is going along the bottom. If you do want to talk to any of us about anything related to startups, we have a wide range of skills and people available to help. So please get in touch if you'd like to talk to us more. And finally, I'd just like to wish everyone a very happy Christmas and New Year. And we'll see you on the other side.
Christmas.
Thank you.
Christmas.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.